Okay, with everybody's permission, I'm going to make a start, talk about the gap year offer at UTC Warrington. As a result of issues with access to education, coronavirus obviously has turned some of the education landscape upside down, and also our employers have contacted us to say that they've had a number of issues with continuing their apprenticeship programs. At the UTC, we felt it would be a good idea to offer something for students who may have just come to the end of their course, at their end of their A-levels, the end of their BTEC, the end of their sixth form life, and be wondering what next steps that they could possibly make. So at the UTC, we felt that there was an opportunity where students may need to fill a year before either going back to an original apprenticeship offer that they were offered, or taking some time to decide whether university was the right pathway for them, or to buy some time to secure a better job offer, because obviously there is some downturn in the job market at the moment. So what we can offer at the UTC is something that we've rather creatively put together at short notice, is a gap year offer for a post-18 cohort. And so this event really is to give people more information about what we can offer as an institution for those 18-year-olds who are looking for an extension to their sixth form up to the age of 19, which we can be fully funded for at no cost to the student. Obviously, further education colleges do provide additional courses for post-18-year-olds in the form of professional courses or academic courses, but there is generally a fee to be paid for those courses. This will be fully funded by the Department for Education. So I welcome from myself, Lee Barber. I'm the principal of the UTC and have been the principal leading the institution since its conception. And I've been involved since the pre-opening year of 2015. And I've been the principal and chief executive ever since, with an opportunity really to put everything in place for this college in terms of its staffing, recruitment of students, and making sure the building is all fit for purpose. Is something that I've really enjoyed over the last few years, and I see this opportunity that I'm discussing today really as another next step that we're able to afford people of Warrington and the surrounding areas, so that they can get the right support in terms of finding future employment or university places, something that we've thrived on doing the last 5 years. In terms of introduction to university technical colleges, most people in Warrington still don't know what a UTC is. It stands for University Technical College. We're one of 48 UTCs across the country, and we specialise predominantly in the sciences, engineering, and of late we've adopted cyber and healthcare as an additional couple of specialisms that we want to offer people in the local area. And they're state-funded science and technology schools. We offer a blend of academic and technical education, so A-levels, BTEC level 3 qualifications, but we also offer professional qualifications, and I'll come on to that in more detail shortly. Our specialisms, as I just touched on, are engineering and science, but we've broadened our specialisms into the healthcare, digital sectors recently because of demands from local employers, and also gives more choices to our student intake. We are heavily supported by employers in the Warrington area. Our predominant university sponsor is Manchester Metropolitan University, but we also work quite heavily with Liverpool John Moores University as well. And in terms of employers, we have over 80 employers on our employer database, some of which are in the building several times a week, some of which will pop in on a termly basis to do things like business mentoring, CV masterclasses, or masterclasses with students on their particular profession or a skill set as part of their profession. We have industry standard equipment, lots of technical kit, about £1 million worth of technical kit we have in the building, and we also have a very strong focus on where we lead on to next. We're not just here to provide exams and standard education, we're here to focus on where you go to next, and hopefully that will be an outstanding destination, whether that's a university, a degree apprenticeship or a job. About us specifically at the UTC in Warrington, you can see there that our principal sponsor is Manchester Metropolitan University. We have more than 50 industrial partners. Like I just mentioned before, we have 80 on a database, and you can see global brands like Fujitsu, Wood, who have just been acquired by Jacobs, another engineering firm based on Birchwood Business Park, Atkins, Mott MacDonald, Sellafield. It really is a really powerful list of employer partners. The facilities speak for themselves. £10 million new build only 5 years ago, with £1 million worth of specialist engineering equipment, and we strive to get the most out of that equipment on a daily basis. Something I'm particularly proud of is our personal and professional development programme. It's okay having strong technical skills or great exam results, but employers are looking for people who are potential leaders, good organisers, communicators, and we thrive on the opportunity to give those skills to students. And obviously graduating with great destinations. Our destinations are some of the best in the country, over 6 times the national average of students from UTC go into the apprenticeship programme, and over 50% of our students go on to STEM related degrees, which is about 4 times higher than the national average. So we really do well on that front. So why study at UTC? A short video for you now.
Be secure and technically able and understand what employers want so that they can move smoothly into the world of work.
Working directly with employers at UTCs, those employers can have real lasting impact that is sustainable and adds value to them directly, because our students can work on projects that actually help the employers.
We did a unit with McLaren.
I went to the Royal Liverpool Hospital. Surrey Satellite Technologies based down in Guildford. Working with projects with companies like this means that you can really get a feel for what it'd be like to work in the industry itself.
They expose young people to real-world challenges, to the latest in technology and experienced teaching.
The students that come out of the UTC will be employees of ours in the future, and therefore them being ready for work is incredibly important.
I finished at the UTC in the summer of 2012 and started Bentley in September. I think I do owe a lot of getting the job here to going to UTC.
They felt they were at work rather than at school. They've had a different attitude toward when they go to school and when they come back.
They want to be here, and because they want to be here, the attitude to learning seems to be more focused.
I mean, some of my friends will be the next leading scientific researchers, doctors.
The links with industry are vital. Here in the UTC, you will get what you will get nowhere else.
I came to UTC.
Okay, apologies for that. And next, another video about employers and an employer perspective on working with the UTC.
Jaguar Land Rover decided to partner with UTCs to ensure that we had the right skills for the right jobs at the right time.
Our company depends on hiring creative talent. Partnering with UTCs gives us access to young people with the skills that we need.
They connect young people and businesses, and by doing so they give young people real life skills.
What differentiates a UTC student is their business readiness, their passion and enthusiasm for the world of work.
They know how to work in a professional environment. They understand how important teamwork, collaboration, and disruptive thinking is in a professional community.
Jaguar Land Rover work collaboratively with UTCs by understanding their curriculum, by having engineers in here working with students.
We work with UTCs at a strategic level to shape what the computing and engineering curriculum should look like for young people to thrive.
And the students come to work with our experts at the factory.
UTCs are an important talent pipeline for Jaguar Land Rover and companies like ours.
Students have access to apprenticeships, work experience, and internships.
It's all about creating pathways for young people, whether that's into higher education or into apprenticeships and employment.
Partnering with UTCs is a natural decision for us because it enables us to reach out to and connect with young people aged 14 to 19 and skill them up with the technology and the digital skills of the future.
Businesses get work-ready individuals who can get up to speed much more quickly. And of course, as a consequence, they will drive our businesses in the future.
Students from UTCs can power the great British economy.
Okay, so a little bit more information specifically about the Gap Year Post-18 course. Again, it's about a focus for preparing you for the skilled employment or higher apprenticeships or higher education destination that you would like in the future. A blend of professional and academic qualifications that will boost your career. 60% would be college-based, 40% will be based with our employer partners, and what we're hoping is that that employer partner engagement would lead potentially to some form of employment with that company or other companies in the future. It could open doors. It's worked very successfully for us in the past, and we would like to try and develop that even further, particularly for this year group. And also lots of fun stuff. You know, we don't believe that going to college should be a tedious, boring experience. We believe it should be fun. So we want to make it an enriching opportunity. We're looking at overseas residential opportunities, working abroad potentially, all COVID dependent, of course, but things that will basically make your CV stand out against the crowd. One thing that we're keen to offer is Principles of Leadership, and that's a course that we can offer which is a fully accredited course and develops various leadership skills, different styles of leadership, how to adapt into different leadership situations, how to be a strong leader in your organisation and understand how organisations behave and operate differently, and how leadership doesn't need to be limited to a role. It's an attribute, it's something that can help create a healthy and strong organisation. So Principles of Leadership would be part of the curriculum, as would be the Principles of Project Management. We offer a course in project management, which is a Prince 2 qualification, which is industry accredited. It would cost thousands of pounds to a private entrant into this exam, but it's covered by the DFE funding, and the UTC pay for it on behalf of the students. This is something that employers absolutely love. Some may say that they don't use Prince 2 as their project management methodology. Some will use a different methodology, but it's so transferable that any 18, 19-year-old knowing their way around project management is extremely powerful and can lead to some fantastic jobs in industry. And that's the course that we deliver here. It's the Prince 2 project management qualification, and it all involves planning a project and what's involved in delivering a project. So it's a real life work-based environment that you work in. It'll be delivered alongside employers as well. Gain professional qualifications, as I just mentioned. We talked about project management. Another option is building information modelling. So anybody interested in a civil engineering, construction-based career, we can offer a building information modelling qualification. You would be more highly skilled than some of the professionals actually out there in industry right now, because this is a course that many people in the industry don't have access to right now. They've been through the process of learning their trade a long time ago, and things have moved on and evolved, and this is about using the digital options available to civil engineers to be able to create and model buildings for the future. So it's a very powerful qualification to be able to get access to, and very, very few can actually get access to it. So again, interested in that sector, it's a great option. And then another one is Design, Construct and Engineer, or the DEC Award, which is something else that we can offer as a qualification. And ultimately what we're looking to do is piece together on an individual basis a suite of qualifications, a suite of courses for 60% of the week, and dovetail that with 40% of the week working alongside our employer partners to produce a suitable gap year that hopefully would give you great access to some superb jobs in the Warrington sub-regional area, or the university destination that you may choose to go on to afterwards. In terms of career support, we pride ourselves on being able to provide students with great guidance, with subject masterclasses from employers, projects and working alongside employers and led by employers, getting the opportunity to go out and do meaningful work experience, not just photocopying or making coffee, but actually working as part of a team in a project-based environment. Quite often our employers offer to send their graduates and recent graduates in to mentor our students and give them some advice and say, well, a few years ago I was in your situation and this is what I did. Site visits, if appropriate, depending on the nature of the employer that we work with. And then some basics around CVs, interview skills, mock interviews, and basically preparing people for that all-important interview of the future. And information days with universities employers, where you can go and speak directly to those people, those recruiters, about what they're looking for and timescales involved in their application process. If any of that sounds of interest to anybody, please feel free to drop us an email at admissions@utcw.co.uk. We have our own tailored admissions process. Because this is a very flexible year, we're not looking for any particular entry criteria. We're not looking to put everybody onto exactly the same identical program, because it won't work. We have a number of opportunities working with our employers available. We have a number of academic and professional based qualifications on offer that we can offer students, and we can piece something together that can give students a really suitable post-18 gap year, and while we can get them into a really powerful employment opportunity or apprenticeship, and just giving them the extra time and the extra bump that students may need just to get them up to that standard and to get them into the front door of some outstanding employers in the region. So if any of that is of interest to anybody, please get in touch with us and we can give you more information through a one-to-one meeting and elaborate and go into more detail. And I hope that presentation has been, albeit relatively short, quite informative and quite useful for people listening. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon and bask in the sunshine, and take care. Thank you.